Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We will start with the chapter 6 of section 6 of the cardinal teaching. Let me just share it.
Okay. इति विभीषण शरणागत्या विरोधि परित्याग पूर्वकत्वम् उक्तम्. So Sri Valmiki had pointed out that before surrendering unto the Lord, one should actually abandon the association of those who oppose such surrender. So now here, abandon means literally abandon. Keep away, not just we're dealing with them, but we have a, we don't disturb them, they don't disturb us, making an arrangement like that, nothing like that. You see, Vibhishana, he actually physically left those who are oppose surrendering unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ramachandra. So one should abandon, should give up. Give up means give up. In the literal sense, keep away from these people. Even if they are very, very close, family members. Look at this. Vibhishana even abandoned his sons and wife. Surrender is a very serious activity. Tataha Sagarvelayam Darbhan Astirya Raghavah Anjalim Prangmukhah Kripva Pratishishye Mahodathehi iti Ramasharanagatya Yogyasya na ayogyata anveshtavya ayogyasya cha na yogyata iti uktam. When Rama wanted to cross the ocean, he surrendered unto the presiding deity of the ocean in order that the ocean would part and he and his army of monkeys could walk to Lanka. This is described as, then Raghava spread his kushagrass with sharp edges on the shore of the ocean, joining his palms in supplication while facing the east, and lay down against the great ocean. That destroyer of enemies used his arm that resembled the tender body of a snake as a pillow. This is 6.21.1. So from this one can be understood that Sri Govindaraja explains. Through this act, it is pointed out that one should not consider an eligible person to be ineligible or an ineligible person to be eligible. So now, the idea is that the presiding deity of the ocean is not capable of fulfilling the prayer of Lord Ram. The prayer itself is just a pastime because Lord Ram is Lord Vishnu himself. But Lord Ramachandra is teaching here. He is teaching that it is not possible to do these things. Ashuchi bhuta lanka nirgatam matra evahi vivishana sharanam avrinot. Authorities state, okay, Vibhishana surrendered unto Lord Ram as soon as he left Lanka a place of impurity. रामशरणागते फलाभावः समर्थक कारुणिक विषयत्व भावात् इत्याहुः. Authorities state that Ram surrendered unto the presiding deity of the ocean did not yield his desired result because he had surrendered to someone who was not competent to award the desired result and compassionate unto the surrendered soul. As I had mentioned, the object of surrender should be having two features. Should be competent, samartha. It should be karunika. Should be compassionate. Lord Ram did this to show that surrender unto the demigods is not useful. In Canto 1, we come across a similar incident. In chapters 63 and 64 of Canto 1, Indra instructs Rambha to sensually allure Vishwamitra, who is engaged in austerities, in order to conquer over lust and anger. Rambha is frightened that Vishwamitra would curse her. Indra assures her, however, that he and Kamadeva would be with her. And so there is no need for her to be afraid. She surrenders to Indra's instructions. And lo behold, she is indeed cursed by Vishwamitra to become a stone. Indra and Kamadeva just flew away from the scene. This is another illustration that surrender unto a person who is incompetent to grant one's desired result and who is compassionate upon the surrendered soul is simply useless. Thus, okay, the Ramayana thus teaches all aspects of the process of surrender. So the idea is that not only do we learn the process of surrender, we also learn whom to surrender unto and whom not to surrender unto. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna directly says that one should not surrender. Those who are intelligent do not surrender unto the demigods. Kamaistasya hrutagyana pravadyante devata. Those who have lost their intelligence, they surrender unto the demigods, not others. Uttara abhi achama vaidehim etadhi mama rochate राघवाद्धि भयं घोरम राक्षसानाम उपस्थितम इति त्रिजटा वचनानुमतिमात्रेण हनुमद्भयात् सर्वासां रक्षितत्वकथनात् अन्यविषये अन्येनापि कृता शरणागतिः फलवती इति निदर्शितम्. Then later on, another incident takes place. The sage Valmiki also describes an incident concerning the Rakshasis who were deputed by Ravana to take care of Sita in the Ashokavana grove in Lanka. At a certain point in time, on Ravana's order, they threatened to kill her and feed Ravana with their flesh if she did not agree to Ravana's proposal. At that time, three Jata, the Rakshasi, friendly to Sita, chastised the rest of the Rakshasis and related a terrible dream she had the previous night in which she saw Sita reunited with Ram and Ravana and his followers sent to hell and punished. Trijata then advised them, enough of your cruel words. Console her. I think we should beseech Vaidehi to protect us. I saw the dream that I related because she had been put to distress. She will certainly be freed from all kinds of miseries and attain her excellent beloved husband. Though she has been scolded by us Rakshasis, we should beg her to protect us for the Rakshasas have attained a terrible danger because of Raghava. Why hesitate to ask her this? When we humbly submit to Maithili, the daughter of Janaka, and make her happy, she alone will be able to protect the Rakshasis from the great danger befalling them. This actually is noted in Sundarakanda, 5th canto of Valmiki Ramayana itself. Later, After Ravana was killed, Rama sent Hanuman to Sita Devi, informing her of this good news. At that time, Hanuman expressed his desire to torment and kill all those Rakshasis who had tormented her. But all these Rakshasis were protected by Sita simply because they had acted on Trijatta's advice. Thus, the sage Valmiki illustrates the principle that even if one surrenders unto a competent and compassionate person other than Ram, that surrender will yield the desired result. So here we see that these Rakshasis had surrendered unto Mother Sita. So that itself, and they wanted to be free. They did not want to face any dangers from Hanuman. So that was also granted. Vibhishana Sharanagat Yaiva Tat Sachivanam Rakshana Sharanagata Sambandhinaha Api Bhagavad Kataksha Patra Bhutaha Eva Iti Naranai. When Vibhishana surrendered unto Lord Ram, his assistants who were favorable to him were also protected by Ram. Thus, the sage Valmiki points out that when a person surrenders unto the Supreme Lord Ram, even his relatives favorable to him become recipients of the merciful glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Evam Anyatrapi Drashtavyam. The above is merely illustrative. There are several other incidents that the reader can examine to understand the various aspects of the process of surrender. Evam Upakrama Prabhritti Upasamharat Pratipadita Sharnagatihi Eva Sarva Phala Pradha Sa Eva Muktehe Api Hetuhu Iti Uktam. Thus the Ramayana states that only the process of surrender, Sharnagati, as set out from the beginning to the end of the book, is capable of granting all desired results, and it itself is the cause of liberation from material existence. Visheshastu Tatra Prakarane Prapanche Ishyate. Specific details will be set out in the commentary as we go through the text. Asya cha upayasya prapyam bhagavat prapti purvakam tat kainkaryam eva iti Ramayanena pratipadyate. The Ramayana establishes, section 3, the Ramayana establishes that this means of surrendering unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana should be for the purpose of attaining Him in order to attain exclusive devotional service unto His lotus feet. Bhagavad Prapti Purvakam Tat Kainkaryam Eva. To attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead and to become a menial servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is established in the Ramayana. He instances, illustrations. Upakrame Devajatiya Sharanagate Ramakainkaryam Pradhana Phalam Iti Uchyate Apsaraha Prabhritishu Avatirya Taihi Tad Anuvartana Upadeshat. In the beginning, it is stated that the primary result of the celestial surrender unto Him was the attainment of their devotional service to Him, of their menial service to Him. Because Lord Brahma instructed them to take birth in the wombs of Apsaras and others, and then serve Him in the form of monkeys. Raghava Vadhastu Anushangikaha. The killing of Ravana is an incidental result, a side benefit they derived from Lord Ram. So the celestials, the demigods, they are also devotees of Lord Vishnu. They also desire to serve Lord Vishnu. They want to serve Lord Vishnu, become liberated, and continue to serve Lord Vishnu. This is acknowledged here by Sri Govindaraja. And in the Madhva Sampradaya, Madhvacharya, we see gives abundant evidence that these demigods are actually devotees of Lord Vishnu. They wish to please Lord Vishnu, and so on. Lakshmanaha api prapadya aha aham sarvam karishyami jagrata swapatashcha te bhavamstu sahavaidehiya girisanushu ramsyate iti. When Sita and Rama decided to go to the forest, Lakshmana surrendered unto Ram and requested him, Bhavamstu Sahavaidehiya, गिरि सानुषु रम्स्यते अहं सर्वं करिष्यामि जागृतः स्वपतश्च Your Lordship can be happy with Vaidehi in the mountain plains. I will do everything for you while you are awake or asleep. 2.31.27. It is just revealed that the actual result of surrendering unto Lord Ram is to render all kinds of devotional services unto the Supreme Lord at all time, at all places, and under all circumstances, which is exactly what Lakshmana wants. Tena sarvadesha, sarvakala, sarva avastha uchita, sarva kainkarya phalamiti vyanjita. This is the sort of Sharanagati that is actually taught in Sri Valmiki Ramayana. That right now we surrender unto Lord Rama in order to become liberated from material existence and attain the abode of the Supreme Lord, in order to serve Him in every possible manner, at all times, all places, all circumstances. Bharataha api Rama Kainkaryaya eva tad abhishekam prarthya Paduka Vishaya Kainkarya Kramena Manishitam Alabhata. It is for the sake of attaining such devotional service to Rama that Bharat also prayed to him to return to Ayodhya and be coronated as his ruler. He wanted Lord Ram to be the ruler of Bharata. By rendering devotional service to Lord Ram's sandals, Bharata attained his cherished desires to serve Lord Ram. दंडकारण्यवासिनां शरणागतेः अपि वाचिकादिरूपमेव कैङ्कर्यं फलम् इति अवगम्यते ते तं सोमम् इवोद्यन्तं दृष्ट्वा वै धर्मचारिणः मङ्गलानि प्रयुञ्जाना प्रत्यग्रहणं तत्प्रताः इत्युक्तेः. Regarding the surrender of the residents of the Dandaka forest unto Sri Ramachandra, it is stated, upon seeing him who resembled the rising moon, and upon seeing Lakshmana and the famous Vaidehi, those performers of dharma, firmly fixed in their vows, invoked auspiciousness through speech while receiving them very well into their ashrama. 3.1.11. From this it is understood that by surrendering unto Lord Ram, those residents of Dandakaranya achieved the result of devotional service unto him, rendered through speech and so on. So they surrendered unto him through their speech, even just by speaking. That is one form of devotion service. Sugriva vivishanaadi prapattehe api mukhyam palam kainkaryam anyat anushangikam iti spashtam. When Sugriva, Vibhishana and others surrendered unto Lord Ram, it is clear from statements such as the following that the primary result of such surrender was the attainment of devotional service, and that other results of such surrender were merely incidental. Atha Harivaranatha Prapya Sangramakirtim Nishicharapatim Majau Yojayitva Shramena Gaganamati Vishalam Langhayitva Arkasumur Harivaragana Madhye Ramapashvam Jagama. Having thus laboriously gorged the master of the night rangers in battle, Sugriva, the lord of the excellent monkeys and Surya's son, attained fame in battle and then jumped on to the very extensive sky and approached Rama in the midst of the excellent monkeys. 6.40.29. As noted in Canto 6, Chapter 40, before Lord Ram began to attack Ravana, he inspected Ravana's palace. So that's how he gorged. First of all, he inspected, he checked, and other parts of Lanka from a distance, along with Sugriva. And they saw Ravana in his palace. Without speaking a word to Ram, Sugriva immediately jumped up onto the sky and landed at Ravana's palace and fought with him one-on-one for quite some time. When Ravana began to use his mystic powers, Sugriva considered that if he also uses his mystic powers, Sri Ramachandra would become angry, would become unhappy with him, and so jumped back to join Ram. This incident is evidence that Sugriva was not helping Ram merely out of the official dharmic bond of friendship that they had forged in Kishkinda earlier on. He was actually interested in rendering selfless devotion service to Lord Ram. Otherwise, why would he do something like this, risking his whole life? Similarly, Vibhishana.
Hare Krishna. Uh, we'll pause here. Uh, this okay. This second point, which Prabhu is speaking, will complete it then.
परित्यक्ता मया लंका मित्राणि च धनानि च भवद्गतं मे राज्यं च जीवितं च सुखानि च इत्यादिना. After Vibhishana abandoned Ravana, he surrendered unto Lord Rama and confided as follows: I have abandoned Lanka, my friends and wealth. I place my kingdom, life and happiness at your disposal. 6.19.5. So Vishnu also actually surrendered. There are other statements also like this. The second sentence here is clear evidence that Vibhishana isn't merely surrendering unto Ram for safety from Ravana. He wanted to serve Lord Ram exclusively and fully. Why did he want to do so? It is because he understood the position of Lord Ram as the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, the eternal compassionate shelter of all living entities in the universe. Therefore, he tried to make Ravana understand that he should give Sita Devi back to Ramachandra. But Ravana rejected him, and so Vibhishana took shelter of Lord Ram fully, something he always wanted to do. Vibhishana is recognized in Srimad Bhagavatam as a spiritually enlightened devotee of the Supreme Lord, 2.7.43 to 45, and as one who attains spiritual perfection due to spiritual association. Bhagavatam again, 11.12.3 to 6. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur notes that Vishnu had associated with Hanuman and thus became pure-hearted in order to surrender unto Ramachandra purely.
Yes, we'll pause here for today and we'll again start tomorrow. Any reflection, any sharing by any devotee? Yes, Sharvari Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji. That thought was very nice that we should surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead only, one who is capable and is compassionate as well. The example shared was also nice that demigods, they were not able to protect their devotees just because they do not have that power, that capability. So that was very nice. And one question I have, Mataji, just like in case of Srimati Radharani, we say that she is the Hladini Shakti of Krishna. So same way is Sita Devi the Hladini potency of Lord Rama as well? That was just a question. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for your sharing. What I know that this is correct. Sita Mata is the Aladini Shakti of Lord Rama, but Shampun Prabhu can confirm on that. Prabhu, you have raised your hand.
I raised for something else. But anyway, quick thing, Sharbari Mataji. There is just one Supreme Lord, that is Krishna. From him, different emanations come. Just like you are one person. When you go to office, you wear one dress. When you're at home, you wear another dress. And you do so many other, like you may go to a party, you wear another dress. So his different alanka, the avatars, like Lord Rama, are all different manifestations of his personality. You will be in one way in a party, one way in the office, one way with your family members. So the source of everything is Krishna. And likewise, there is only one Hladini Shakti, which is Srimati Radharani. And from that Shakti, several Lakshmis come and emanate, and even see Mother Sita is also coming from that. So, in other words, they're distinct, and yet the source is Srimati Radharani. So, it's not like for one Rama there is another Hladini Shakti, Sita. The source is all from the same Srimati Radharani. Does it help, Mataji?
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nicely explained. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. I raised my hand to ask a question.
Prabhu,
To
sorry,
yes,
Prabhu.
ah,
For the same thing, uh, I understand that everything is the expansion of Radha. But then, what I understood the question of Sarvari Mataji is like the Sita has the same role in the Lord Rama's life as Radharani has in the for the Krishna.
correct,
Like, is
correct.
the role
But
is same?
yes, yes, but there is difference in rasa. Uh, with Srimati Radharani, in one sense, you can say there is both. In one sense, I can tell you, there is depending on how you look at it, there is both Swaki and Paraki rasa. Love within marriage, love outside of marriage. There's one sense, in one sense. But with Mother Sita, there is no Paraki rasa. So the limit of all the rasas that can be handled is finite there. That's the thing. Okay.
And the power of Radharani must be much higher than power of Sita, Mother Sita also. No? That way.
No, there it is not the question of power. So there is the Samvit Shakti, Sandhini Shakti, Hladini Shakti, etc. With with Mother Sita or with Radharani, it's not as much about power as how they want to please the Supreme Lord. So the completeness of Srimati Radharani, in one sense, is the complete spectrum of ways in which she brings enjoyment to Krishna. Whereas with Mother Sita, there is a particular, like almost there, but there is still a certain things which she doesn't do. For example, um, when Krishna is in Vrindavan, mm, the pastimes of Srimati Radharani are such that she brings in different gopis to meet Krishna and make them serve him. So, and there are gopis um, who are even antagonistic towards Srimati Radharani, like Chandravali and others. They're all eternally serving Krishna. And yet, so she serves him not just exclusively, but along with others. Whereas with Mother Sita, something that is not known very well, but it is actually present is in the uh, Uttarakanda of the Ramayana. It is mentioned that Lord Rama enjoys multifarious sporting activities with Sita and Sita's associates in the palace in Ayodhya after returning from the uh, Vanvas, or after returning from exile. So it's not just Mother Sita, there are others present, but the others are primarily assisting Sita Devi. Whereas in the case of Srimati Radharani, she has people who increase rasa, like Chandravali, by taking Krishna away from Radha. That aspect is not present in the pastimes with Sita. So, in that sense, the completeness, Mataji, not in other sense. But that is the rasa aspect, but not in terms of power. Uh, uh, in the sense of power, they can all do whatever is required in this whole world. In fact, you might be hearing in the yatra that Mother Sita would say, Ravana, if I want, I can burn your Lanka and I can even chop your head. But the only thing here is I have not been given permission by Rama. Otherwise, I can do that also. I don't need anything else for that. Does that help, Mataji?
Yes, yes, Prabhu. And actually, I will just tell you where this question came from in my mind. That
Uh,
basically
uh,
it is said that we need to surrender to the Supreme only to be really protected, because the
uh,
Supreme has the only capacity
correct.
and the compassion. Say so.
Correct.
But then these Rakshasis, since they surrendered to Shita, Mother Shita, they were protected. So I was
Correct.
just thinking that is she having the power from Lord Rama being the Ladini Shakti
You
because she could protect? So that was where the question
you
came
you
from.
might you might hear in the yatra. Oh, not it may not be in the yatra. It may or may not be in the yatra, but it may be there in the Chinese national holiday. One core philosophical point is that surrendering to the Supreme Lord is insufficient. One has to surrender to his internal potency also. It, only the Supreme Lord, but not the internal potency, doesn't work. And that is why when Hanuman was searching for Mother Sita, until he made a prayer to Mother Sita, oh my dear Mother Sita, please help me, he couldn't find her. He was entrusted with the task by Lord Rama. He had the blessings of Rama, the Supreme Lord. But until he got the grace of Mother Sita, he couldn't do it. So even the Supreme Lord's grace is insufficient. One should have the grace of his internal energy, Mataji. That's the next level.
Yeah, now it's very clear. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay. I'll just ask my question to everybody. So we heard about this surrender to the Supreme Lord, yeah, or surrender to the right person. And Vidwan Gauranga Prabhu gave examples, right example for surrender, wrong example for surrender, like Samudradev or Varuna was not the right person, he couldn't help, etc. We learned all of that. In this call, if you all don't mind, if you can disarm yourself, mentally at least, can you tell how do you think uh, you can practice surrender in your own life? In sense that we are not having any relative like Ravana to whom we have to leave and go. We have to leave our wife and our husband and then go to Rama. Uh, Secondly, we have a deity form, but the Supreme Lord's pastimes are not present. So it becomes more of for many of us, it's just like a mental thing. God is just a mental construct as such. So in this scenario, for each of you, how are you surrendering? I mean, when I say how are you surrendering, I mean what you're actually doing and what you want to do. Maybe you're not doing now, you have a wish to do it. So how would you want to, what would you want to do it? If you don't mind, I know it's a very personal, it's a very private question. Um, I mean, some of you can just send a message later, but those of you who are brave enough, um, uh, maybe if you can tell that. Sharbari Mataji.
As to surrendering to me, what I would like to do is basically accepting a guru. That is basically a dream, but I still feel that I'm not fit or I have not come to that level. And that is what I'm trying to do now by
Mm.
increasing my rounds of chanting or doing this hearing, this Savana Kirtan, whatever little things I can do. So that is my way of surrender. That you can accept the Guru, like Romapada Swami Maharaj, if I can have him as my Guru, that would be the proper surrender of my life. I mean, that's the
Right.
target of my life. Thank you,
So
Prabhu Hare Krishna.
I want to extend this a little bit more with you, if you don't mind. You said one aspect, you want to chant more rounds. That's nice. That's fine. And that's an aspect that the guru wants, uh, that you chant a fixed number of rounds, at least 16 rounds, etc. That is nice. It's a uh, what you call a I mean, it's something that you can, it's a measurable thing that you can do. Apart from this chanting here, it's very nicely openly you said you want to take His Holiness Ram Padma as your guru. In just staying on that one thing, how do you think on a date? Assume that you have crossed this barrier of chanting 16 rounds. Say you're chanting 16, or maybe you're even chanting 32 rounds. That's okay. So that thing is gone, say for now. I mean, you have crossed over that. What else do you think in your daily life you can practice surrender? Because when you chant 16 rounds, you are doing something for an hour and 45 minutes or 2 hours a day, and the day has 24 hours. So, okay, let us also assume that you sleep for 7 hours, and 7 plus these 2 hours, 9 hours is gone. So, what do you do for the remaining 15 hours? How do you manifest surrender for the remaining 15 hours? Sharpari Mataji.
Prabhu, I would like to just follow whatever my guru wants me to do. That would be it, Prabhu. I do not know whether I'll be able to reach that stage, but that is what
Mm,
surrender to me would mean. I have accepted the guru. So that means I
mm,
would just like to follow whatever he wants or whatever he says, just follow it. That's my desire, Prabhu.
okay,
Dream.
that's one day. Okay. Anybody else? Thank you. Thank you for telling this one. Anybody else as an answer to my question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Lavanya Mataji.
Prabhu, what you asked now, what I am doing for surrender to Krishna. Many times you mentioned activities. So I am doing 16 rounds of chanting, reading Bhagavatam, and hearing these activities. Through this, I can spend 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours, Prabhu, what you said exactly, and remaining hours, how I am spending to service to children and my husband. So through this only it is going. I don't know when I can completely serve Lord. I don't know, but present I'm doing like this only, Prabhu. So more than that, I don't know how to do also. Um,
Mm,
that's it, Prabhu. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
okay. Thank you. Nitin Mandrai Prabhu? Yes, please.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I was thinking that, I think chanting and reading scriptures uh, is a hygiene. Like we have to do that for our purification and keep steady on this path. But our Guru has also some desires in terms of, he either book distribution um, uh, having spreading the name of Krishna in terms of teaching others. So I think we need to understand Guru Maharaj's mood and see how we can help to the things he has in mind from Krishna conscious perspective. And I don't know enough, but some specific examples can be right. See this Sri Lanka yatra where Maharaj wanted to have, and many devotees work towards that. So like that we can get association and understand that what are those goals and support those goals in our best possible way.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing this perspective, Prabhu. Very nice. Anybody else here today would like to add?
Hare
If you have
Krishna,
anything.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Shweta.
Um, Prabhuji, I feel surrender means we should have the dedicated remembrance all the time towards the Guru and towards the Krishna. That is the real, what I am doing today is just the fraction or the part of that. That doesn't constitute my main activity throughout the day because I am still in the grip of the fear of my life survival. So that uh, I feel I haven't surrendered. I am still on the way, but it is a long way to go. So
Hmm.
that is one part, Prabhu. So
Okay.
surrender means our consciousness, our basically our complete trust should be in Guru and Krishna, which is not there at the moment for me at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Hare Krishna,
you.
Prabhu.
Anybody else? Yes,
Yes,
Ashok Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu. So, as that actually following the footsteps of Guru and Lord would be the actually surrenderance. but in my case, I'm even not even touching that point. But so one thing is uh, we should preach the glories of the Lord. So bring more souls in the sense because a lot of people which don't know about the Lord. So at least we should try to convince in the sense, we should try to glorify, preach the glorification of the Lord, so that even this is the mission of even Lord Chaitanya, as we can understand. And for surrendering means like, one more thing is where because of the material contaminations or three modes, we are still struggling with the same material life. But maybe in future, if I Lord permits, I just wanted to so give more time for these activities, something like this, Prabhu. But still, I'm not able to construct. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Chennakesha Prabhu?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mother, you can carry on, Mother. I'll talk.
No, Prabhu, I was taking your name only, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. As per my understanding, as Nitin Manrai Prabhu suggested, like whatever Maharaj mode is there for mission of Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. How we can be take part in spreading Krishna consciousness. So I am having shyness when approaching people. So I am confident in doing services in temple. So I would like to continue that kind of services more. So that is my apart from regular chanting, hearing, and reading. Prabhu. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Here, one question I have, Prabhu, regarding this Chanakya Prabhu point only. So this is like service and all based on our comfort, like whatever we are comfort to do something, based on how we should want to do like something like this. How can we decide which kind of activities I can do something like that?
Kumarika Mataji, you are there? She left. Mataji? Kumarika Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
You're there. Maybe you can answer this question. I mean, maybe you can think through it. I'll just go to Guru Prabhu, hear him, and then maybe if you can answer Chennakesha Prabhu's question. We'll come back to this and reply right in 2 or 3 minutes. Guru Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, kind of fun. Yeah, as per me, the surrender should be understanding the mission of the Guru Maharaj and trying to be instrument in that. So in that aspect, I mean, I'm not saying today I'm there in that, but I wish and I want to be there in that. At least if I cannot understand, like at least understand the mood of the spiritual Guru. I mean, in my case, like same Rompasa Maharaj, at least from you, who is already fully understand about him and who is having full clarity and clear understanding. So at least understand through you people and serving you, like because anyway, like your mode will be the same. So assisting with my best capabilities, whatever the ways it can be. So I wish uh, to be part of that, and I feel like that should be surrender in my aspect.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for bringing this point. Um, fine. Kumarika Mataji, for Chennakesha Prabhu's question, can you respond now?
Yes, Prabhu. I think Prabhu said that is it okay to be doing services in which we are comfortable? That what we want to do. That means we are putting our comfort and our will. So surrendering means to do services which we are not even comfortable with. If we are able to surrender to the senior devotees' will, who are all representatives of Guru Maharaj, then we will learn by in baby steps how to surrender ultimately. because surrendering is an ongoing process. It has to come that every day we are given opportunities to choose what is favorable. Anukulyasa sankalpa pratikulyasa varjanam. We all know what is favorable for Krishna consciousness, what is not favorable. So every step we can, whatever free time we get, how we spend. So what do we choose? So that sort of in that choice rests definitely the will to surrender. So we have to exercise that. Maharaj says that if you exercise some muscle, it becomes stronger and stronger every day. So the constantly, if we are able to not put our will and our comfort as priority and try to cooperate and then obey somebody else, then that means we are learning surrender. That's what I felt. So
Thank you very much, Kumarika Mataji. As always, very incisive and precise. Thank you. And since I asked a question, I think I should also like, otherwise it will be hypocritical. Thank you for everybody. Like Nitin Prabhu was saying, do something which is the wish of the spiritual master. Shweta Mataji was telling about the remembrance of Guru and Krishna, and Guru Prabhu and you talking about how we have to follow the footsteps of nice, great devotees, etc. I just want to add a little bit here. There are stereotypical understanding in Krishna consciousness, and there is a broad understanding of Krishna consciousness. Sometimes a stereotypical understanding of Krishna consciousness would be that if I have to surrender, it means that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted this message to go to everybody, and therefore preaching or assisting in preaching or being an instrument for everybody to receive the holy name of Krishna is the one thing. Is this the only thing? No. Is it important? Very much. 100% or 1000% I can say, yes, it is important. It Krishna consciousness is like a garden with many flowers. One of the flowers is that of Kirtana. And one of the types of Kirtana is glorifying the Supreme Lord. So discussing Krishna Katha amongst everybody is one. Giving Krishna Katha to new people is another. Chanting Japa and getting absorbed in the holy name, not just for 16 rounds, but for many more hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever it is also one aspect. Serving the Guru is one aspect. Serving the deities is another aspect. So there are many flowers in this garden of Krishna consciousness. And these flowers are on trees which have to be watered. And to each individual, one or some of these flowers become important. And we need to do that as such. So, taking the cue from the scripture that these are the important aspects. Like for example, one thing that I missed is what Mahaprabhu used to say often. Vaishnava Achar. That's the ornament. The Sadachar is the ornament of a Vaishnava. He wanted devotees with good achar. So behaving well with others. That is also an element of surrender because by our vasanas, we have a proclivity to behave in a particular way. And we'll say, you accept me this way, or I'm not part of you. But that becomes problematic after some time. So it becomes problematic in that we are not sensitive to others. It's just about me alone. And that is why Mahaprabhu used to emphasize on Vaishnava Sadachara. So that is also one flower in the garden of Krishna consciousness. And Krishna consciousness is such that if we water one of these flowers, like say preaching, or chanting or describing the glories of the Supreme Lord, understanding the Shastra well. If one does one of these, usually it opens up uh, the the curtain of ignorance is removed a little bit, and we get to do a little bit more of the others also, or it gives us the benefit of the other. Something like that happens. That's the mystical process of Krishna consciousness. So that's one thing which is important for us, that we have to do something for what the Supreme Lord wants and what the previous acharyas want. Sometimes it may be what the immediate acharya wants, sometimes it may be what the previous acharyas want. Like, for example, what some guru that each of you may have, or the previous acharyas include Srila Prabhupada and like Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. There may be many things they want to have happen, which we bring it. And one of the important aspects, which I just touched here, is in surrender, that we have to be open to either Krishna revealing to us or other devotees telling us that this is an undesired element in our behavior or in our character. And when that comes up, wanting to not repeat those patterns and being okay to be in the stage of discomfort to not repeat those patterns is also an aspect of surrender. For example, uh, somebody may say, I speak straightforward way, and therefore I'm just going to say it straight on your face. You did this right, you did this wrong. It may work for some people, it may be right, but one has to see the appropriateness of that. Or there may be an inherent need, like the way some of us may function is in the need for recognition, the need to be seen, or some of us just work in such a way that I just need to have nice prasadam. So we should be ready that even if I am not seen, let me ensure that others are seen well. In other words, let me do activities such that the other person is glorified. It is not that I need to be glorified, others are glorified. He or she is seen. That is one way. And even whether I may get this gulab jamun or not, whether I get this food item or not, it's okay. It doesn't matter to me. Let others get it. So these aspects too become important. So this is my thought. Anybody else want it? 7:22, but I just thought one last. Anybody else would like to add? Somebody who has not spoken in a long, long time. Rajeshwari Pran Mataji, I know you have your daughter's school.
No, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Very nicely kept all the thoughts, Prabhu. I was also thinking on the similar, but Kumarika Mataji precisely answered and told about the surrenderance. So I was thinking that surrender is not. It's a gradual process. It is not one day I'm surrendered and I've taken. I'm fine with the rest of the things. So surrender at each moment and each decision which we take in the line of Shastra, whether it is favorable or not favorable, whether it is um, sometimes for me it is like the relationships speaks a lot about my surrenderance to Krishna. So Krishna, if we are mindful enough about Krishna consciousness in each interaction we do, that Prabhu also mentioned today, Sarvadesha, Sarvakala, Sarvavastha, that no, it implies at all places, at all times, in all circumstances. Uh, we can see very clearly about our surrenderance to Krishna and devotees in our life. Um, And also one point I reiterate for the Sharbari Mataji's question you mentioned, and even today Prabhu told in the class, even if one surrenders to a competent and compassionate person other than Rama, it is sure the surrenderance yields to the desired results. That speaks a lot. It is not always uh, scripture, the Lord. It is more of the association and where we can understand about our surrenderance level. And also, as part of your question, you have asked, we don't have a battle, we don't have Ravana. If we are insightful enough, we can understand our anarthas are as strong as Ravana, and we are doing battling with our mind. So the solution is, it is, Rupa Goswami says, Tasmat Kenapi Upayena Manah Krishna Niveshayat. So whatever it is, like, no, keep our mind focused on Krishna. It is difficult, but with association, it is possible. We can understand a lot. So the final conclusion is, if we are in association, we can understand our with whom we are fighting, and we get the strength to fight also. Or, like, we can understand ourselves, how we are surrendering to Krishna. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. It's too late, 7:26. Shweta Mataji will end here. Sorry, I took too much time.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining and making it a meaningful conversation. Prabhu, you are the host. Can you close the meeting for all, Prabhu?
Sure, I'll do that.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Shweta Mataji, you are also the host. You
Okay,
have to
Prabhu.
stop the
Yes, yes.
live stream.
Yes, I once I'm doing the end meeting for all, it will